Welcome, welcome, welcome. How long has it been?
Too long.
Way too long.
Way too
Welcome back, my guy. Feels good to be back at it. It's your favorite host again of your favorite podcast, Cracking a Cold One, Joxy and Degs. We are back at it, guys. Been a uh, long-waited episode that we wanted to go ahead and get out. Wanted to talk about, of course, some NFL draft updates. Everything that happened last week, but then also thoughts on our boys, on the Eagles and the Titans.
long. Great day for us.
Let's do it. Without further ado, cheers, buddy.
Nice.
Refreshing stateside vodka. Can never go wrong.
Nope.
Can never go wrong with a good old
You know the
Surfside.
drill stateside.
You know the
We
drill.
want that sponsorship.
Hey, now. So, yeah, NFL draft, guys. I mean, this is the draft just happened last week. Very exciting draft. It was kind of like predictable in certain areas, but some shockers came out. With certain teams selecting certain players, things like that. So we're gonna dive into that. So let's go into the quarterback room right now. So with the number one pick, of course, I mean
Mendoza still talking about the
Kirk
guys.
Cousins 2.0.
The guys that was predictable. We all knew.
We all knew
he was going to go to Vegas.
Very good landing spot. Vegas actually got themselves a pretty solid squad right now. They did, I would say, they drafted fairly well, for that team right now. And it's funny that they have Kirk Cousins there.
It's fitting.
It's very fitting. Well, you have two of the guys that are the most very, I wouldn't say vanilla, but they're just they're not that flashy type of quarterbacks,
Sure.
Off the field type
And
of
they're
guys
in
and
Vegas.
whatnot. And they're in Sin City. You got the two Christians in Sin City. So
Wow.
God bless them. Hey, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be an exciting, exciting season over there.
Good landing spot.
Yeah.
Good landing spot. Especially, in actuality, having Kirk Cousins there isn't a bad thing. He's going to be able to mentor him. I think he understands where he's at in his career.
Yeah.
And the potential that they have with Mendoza here. So, great land spot. Be nice to get him maybe another receiver or two over there
For sure.
to help him out. But I'm excited to see what that young man can do.
Yep. Yep. Second one that was this is a shocking one.
Yeah.
Ty Simpson to the Rams. What are your thoughts on this one?
That was shocking.
Yeah.
Out of all the teams he possibly could have went to, that would have been at the top of the last people I would have chosen. So, but you know what? I actually like it. I didn't think he was a day one starter in the league, personally.
Right.
So going to a team like the Rams, same type of thing, but Matt Stafford's their Super Bowl winning, quarterback. So I think for a development standpoint, going with McVay, things like that, probably the best thing for his career. He just is going to have to sit and wait, just like people like Aaron Rodgers have, and people like that in the past. I'm not calling him Aaron Rodgers, but I'm saying
it's like the same. It's the same exact
blueprint.
Yeah, the same exact blueprint that they're laying out for their team. A lot of people were talking about why didn't they go after Mekhi Lemon when Mekhi Lemon was out there still, and they definitely need to go ahead and get another receiver over there because Devontae Adams doesn't have much longer in his career. So this is one where it could bite them in the ass if they're missing, or if they miss the playoffs, or for some reason they lose to the Eagles, and it's because Mekhi Lemon has, nine catches with 130 yards with 2 touchdowns.
I think for the first time
they're going to be regretting they're going to be regretting it. I think in that aspect, because then it's right now, yes, it makes sense to plan for the future, right? And that's where I get it. You're drafting someone to, plan for that future when Matt Stafford decides to hang it up. But he's not hanging it up this year. And I don't think he's going to hang it up next year. Like I think he has another solid 2 years left in him. So, could they have waited to draft another quarterback possibly in the future, or even trade for a young quarterback?
You're not wrong in all those aspects. I was going to say that this is the first time they've made a draft pick that was focused for the future.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, they're drafting these cornerbacks, tight ends that are supposed to play immediately and produce. So it's interesting that it's almost like their way of hoping that when Stafford does, walk into the sunset, that they have a guy ready to go. But, after hearing your take on it, I think I would rather do what you were saying. I think maybe bolster up and get another receiver. I mean, they could have done that. It didn't have to be Lemon. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? One of those top guys that were left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like your take.
Yeah, that's where I think like the outlook could have been a little bit different when it came to what they wanted to do with that with that first round pick. They also don't typically draft in the first round, so it's like
that's also very true. Maybe they didn't know what to do.
I feel like being at 13 and you have, because that's where it was. They were at 13, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. And you have all these players that were still on the board that they could have like drafted. Like, yeah. It's just insane. You choose the third one because we got 5 here on the list.
Let's go with Carson Beck.
Carson Beck.
I
like this one.
Went to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, their starting quarterback is Jacoby Brissett. I mean,
if you don't sign that contract, he's right now holding out.
Well,
dude, which I mean, rightfully so. I think right now Carson Beck is technically getting paid
more than him.
He's getting paid $1 million less
than Jacoby.
Jacoby should be at least getting paid.
Well, he wants to be paid like a starter.
Right. He's not going to get, I don't think, like $30 million.
No.
But I would say at least give the man 15.
Yeah, somewhere in that ballpark.
15 give him 12 to 15, I would say, like, give him that. And because, let me see. You go on where you were going to say?
I think I like it just for that perspective because although I agree with you, Brissett has shown some capability out there. Mm-hmm. He's not going to be their starting quarterback for the long haul here. And if Carson Beck can do all the right things, maybe he is the future there. Now, I'm going to go on the record that I don't really think he's an NFL quarterback. I've never been too high on him. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how likely that is, but I'm saying from an opportunity standpoint, probably couldn't have gone to a better place.
Yeah, he gets to learn under Jacoby if Jacoby actually plays for them this year, which he's only getting paid $4.8 million. So
yeah, he needs to get paid.
There should be definitely some bump to that one. So with Carson being there, this is the one where it's like it makes sense, right? Like the team, they needed to draft a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Now, mind you, they drafted Carson Beck, like in the 5th round? It was later.
Third to 5. Okay. 3 to 5, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I forgot which round he was drafted in, but actually, third round, yeah. 65th. With him being selected so late, I mean, they were able to go ahead and like get other picks, obviously, ahead of him, so they were able to build up that team. I like what they're doing. LaFleur over there as well, like I mentioned before. I like that he's down there. He can go ahead and like retool that whole entire offense. So Carson Beck, it's not like I don't think there's like an immediate like need for him to go ahead and like shock the world.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
But I do think that maybe if the Jacoby's not cutting it out this year, they might go ahead and bench him and bring Carson Beck in, see what he can go ahead and do. And then, I do think Carson Beck can actually be a
NFL
solid
quarterback.
Yeah, I do think he can be an NFL quarterback. He does make some wacky decisions, so I will say that. Like there are some when he gets pressured, that's where I'm like, all right, I don't know. So,
Yeah.
and mind you, I mean, that's obviously like the main game of like NFL. Like you're getting pressure as a quarterback, all that things. So I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll see. I just
Well,
if they build up around him, hopefully that'll. They got Jeremiah Love.
well, I was just gonna say when you think about their weapons, they're not a bad team. Trey
No.
McBride's probably the best tight end in football right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Marvin Harrison Jr. ain't bad. Michael Wilson came out of left field last season and showed that he's a really good receiver. So if he is going to be good, he has the tools to succeed there.
for sure.
And then, like you said, now a great head coach over there,
Yeah,
or up and coming, I should
yeah,
say.
yeah. I like what they're doing. Um, so we'll see. We'll see how Carson Beck does in Arizona if he gets some tick this year. But as we head out of the quarterback room, let's go ahead and touch on the running backs.
Speaking of Arizona,
Jeremiah Love,
yes.
one guy that I was actually hoping that would fall to you guys, but hey, I mean there was a lot of lots of rumors that were coming out that Arizona was going to end up selecting him. So not a bad pick. I think what's crazy, he's getting paid more. He's the highest paid running back in the NFL right now.
Are you serious?
He's getting paid more for this season. So let's see. Hold on. I think if I'm not mistaken, he's getting paid $12.5 million. 4 year, $53 million, fully guaranteed. So this is the crazy thing, right? I guess it's because of the fact that if it's a certain position, and if you get drafted at that high, I don't know. There was like all these things,
Yeah.
rumors that were coming out about the contract, right? But essentially, fully guaranteed, he's getting an annual average of $13.5 million.
Wow. Hasn't even stepped on the field
Hasn't
yet.
even stepped on the field. Signing bonus is estimated to be at $35 million. This is the one thing I will say about this that I think it's going to bite him in the ass. He needs to go ahead and produce immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Because if not, that is going to look like the worst draft pick that Arizona has had, right? If he falls flat, I doubt it. I think Jeremiah Love is going to be
Agreed.
An amazing NFL running back. But it's like the bar that he's now like at right now, it's like where else can you go, right? Like what more can you go ahead and do that can shock the NFL compared to all these other NFL running backs that are behind you, like Jonathan Taylor, Saquon Barkley,
Right. Yeah. I mean, I like the pick too for that team, especially.
But that high, it's kind of crazy.
Well, it is crazy.
crazy.
I always will say that because I was very torn with the Titans because he's a great talent. He can instantly help you on the football field, probably, right? But picking a running back that high is a little nerve-wracking to me. And I always say this. If you're going to take a running back that high, you better somehow view yourself as a running back away because otherwise you're just wasting mileage on these guys. Right? So, like, Arizona, I mean, it would be nice if they had a franchise quarterback with this because then you'd be like, okay, like, we're freaking set. But that's not really the case. Again, Brissett's capable if, he is going to come back and be the quarterback, but, we can name a dozen quarterbacks we'll take over him in a heartbeat. So, like the move, don't know necessarily if it moves a needle that much for the Cardinals, though, if I'm being really honest. And it has nothing to do with, like, I think he's going to produce, but it's not going to translate to wins, in my opinion.
Like, immediately, no.
Exactly.
They don't have that great of a line. So that's going to be something that'll obviously they'll have to work on. But yeah, I mean, it's just crazy, man. Like the total value of his contract is the highest. It's the highest in the league. Like total value is $53 million. Like Saquon's getting the next highest paid total value like contract behind him is Josh Jacobs at $48 million, Travis Etienne at 48
Wow.
as well.
Wow.
Yeah, Saquon has 41.
That's quite the contract.
The average, of course, is different. I mean, Saquon's getting an average of $20 million per year, but still, a rookie running back coming in and getting $13.5 million is insane.
That's unheard of.
So the only thing I wonder, like I mentioned, he's going to be I think he'll be a good fantasy running back. Because they're going to obviously run him to the ground, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're right. Fantasy.
But outside of that, it's like the team itself, I don't think is really going to succeed that much. I think they'll win at least like 6 to 7 games. You got Trent McBride over there. Jacoby should be able to go ahead and,
Jacoby would be a great fantasy quarterback. He'll be great.
Marvin Harrison just has to get his shit together, man.
Yeah, he's got to act
he's inconsistent. Yeah. So that, yeah. So, but no, one thing that I did see here is that not to keep going on about the contract for Jeremiah Love, but his contract, it sets a new NFL record for the most guaranteed money ever given to a running back, exceeding Saquon Barkley's previous record.
Wow.
So, good luck, buddy.
Better to live up to that because Saquon did.
Good luck. All right. Next one we have on the list is Jadarian Rice.
It's actually Price. It was a typo.
I was going to say, I was like, all right, what you got for me here?
Yeah, so Jadarian Price, Seattle, I think it's
backup running back to Jeremiah.
Yeah. I was just going to say, yeah, two guys off the board were Notre Dame running backs, right? Mm-hmm. That's awesome to say, honestly, if you're a Notre Dame fan. But what happened to Seattle in the offseason, right? They lost Kenneth Walker. All right, he went to Kansas City. Zach Charbonnet.
Still recovering from his torn ACL.
So boom, bada bing, Jadarian Price, you're right in there. You're now going to be our number one running back for the team. Oh, by the way, we just won the Super Bowl, so have fun out there. All right. So if you're the Seattle Seahawks, yes, this is the right position that you take a running back at because you're, what did I say? A running back away. Well, they are because they just won.
I know. It's a lot of pressure on him because he's going to be. Who else do they have? Did they sign? They didn't sign anybody else over there.
They might have signed. I'm trying to think if they signed like a journeyman.
Let's see, guys. Who are their running backs? No. I don't know who the hell George Holani is. That is not their running back.
George Holani, he's like a pass catching back.
Oh, he actually. Oh, wait a second. The picture that they have here is not George Holani. Sorry, guys. The picture that they have. Yo, Google.
I was looking at that too. I'm like, wait, what?
Like, am I going crazy? But does that not look like
backup running back?
That looks like George Holani if he was like 50 to 60 years old.
Yeah, this picture is some random man.
Yeah, it's some random guy on there. That's why I'm like, wait, who the heck is George Holani? Can't always trust Google, folks. They do got Emmanuel Wilson over there. So
okay,
that's
who I was thinking of.
Yeah, they
yeah, they're going to be relying on Jadarian Price.
It's going to be Jadarian Price and Emmanuel Wilson essentially for the first half of the season, more than likely, and then Zach's going to come in probably like towards the end of the season. So
right.
I mean, unless this George Holani 50-year-old guy wants to go
put on the pads, brother.
But Seattle. So this is where I want to. So excuse me. With Seattle, they do frustrate me because of the fact that they should have just paid Kenneth Walker. I don't understand why they let that man walk, but
I mean, dude, they're playing the game.
I get it, but like
they're playing the
running
game.
backs. I get the running backs are a dime a dozen and all that stuff, but like,
well,
who's to say that this is gonna
Well,
hit?
I was just gonna say, we'll see. It's when teams take these gambles like that.
Yeah.
You know, some people do it at the quarterback position, some people do it at the running back position. I think from an opportunity standpoint, though, it was the right call by them.
He'll be used to playing in that like tandem running back room, like or backfield because of the fact that like obviously what he done in Notre Dame, and so it'll just translate hopefully to Seattle.
Yeah.
And I mean Seattle, they did lose a lot of people. Hopefully it doesn't hurt them too much, especially on the offensive line. So we'll see what happens.
Will be very interesting. Overall, good move for that team, though.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna win the division next year though. That's my hot take.
Okay. I want to touch on that more next episode.
Mike Washington. Actually, no. Let's take that back. Sorry, Vegas. We've talked about you a lot. Nick Singleton.
Yeah.
You give me your thoughts, and I'll give you my thoughts as a Penn State fan, knowing about Nick Singleton.
So, yeah, you definitely know a little bit more about his game than I do, but from everything that I've read, it's all good things. He had I think the season before this is when he like went off. He was like one of the best, if not the best running back in the country. So I'm excited at the value they got him at. Kind of like we were just saying, right? Don't love taking the running backs in the first round. Didn't have to do it, but this is an NFL ready guy. We have Tony Pollard, who's aging. We have Tyjae Spears, who's always injured. So I think there's a lot of opportunity here for Nick. Mm-hmm. And I mean, we were just talking about the Titans have gotten a lot better on offense.
Right.
And this is kind of one of those missing puzzle pieces, right?
Yeah.
Can you have an effective running game? Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking that he's going to surprise a lot of people in, OTAs and training camp, and he's going to earn his right. And that's my hot take, is I think he might end up being our day one starter.
So Nick Singleton, I think you guys got yourselves, to your point, later in the draft. Not like I thought that he was going to go easily within like the second round at least. Actually, when did he go?
It was it the second?
No.
Third round then?
Fifth round.
Fifth round?
Yes.
Get my rounds mixed up.
Because I remember when I saw that he got drafted, I'm like, this is crazy that he's still on the board. And I think Katron Allen got drafted before him. Nick Singleton, had a little bit of an injury. Not that, I don't think that's going to set him back too much. Personally, I think that's what set him back in the draft. That
made him fall down the board.
People didn't want to go ahead and invest him in too much. The one thing that I will say is that he does have some mileage on him. Mm-hmm. He's been at Penn State for, was it 4 years or 5 years now? So he's been there for a while, right? He could have easily committed to the NFL last year.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
He decided, they all decided to come back because of the fact that they knew they didn't want to, they essentially thought that they could go ahead and win a championship altogether, right? With Drew Aller, Nick Singleton, Katron Allen, and things like that. Unfortunately, they don't do shit when it comes to recruiting, so there's no way that they were going to go ahead and win a championship against these guys. So, they unfortunately ran him to the ground, and I felt like he took advantage of just like, you know what, I'm just going to put some tape on the screen for teams and whatnot. I really, really think that if you guys utilize him in a tandem running back backfield, just like, you have either Pollard in him or you have Tyjae Spears in him. I think if you do Pollard to him, that's going to go ahead and like make that backfield a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
Because both of them are agile. Both of them are receiving backs. So if you wanted to utilize one of them as a receiver, you can. Nick Singleton is not going to be that bruiser. He's a elusive
big play guy.
Yeah, he's one of those type of guys. Like he'll juke you and whatnot, but he's more so of like, I'm gonna try to go ahead and get me some nice 10 yards out of this by juking you. I'm not gonna run
not north south.
Katron Allen was that bulldozer, right?
Yeah.
So you guys, like I said, you guys got yourselves a good running back. I don't think he's gonna be your week one starter. I do think that he should sit back in that as the RB2 just for 1 year, and then you guys, I think, draft like another running back
Have the tandem.
later in draft next year again, and have that tandem back there. You have him and another young guy back there. I think that's the recipe for what you guys should go ahead and do for success. But what the hell? Who the hell am I? Right? I love Nick Singleton though. When he was at Penn State, man, he was freaking amazing. Um, I thought that he should have went to the NFL a lot earlier, because I just thought that me knowing how Penn State was and how shit that they do when it comes to recruiting, I'm like, there's no reason for him to waste another year.
Yeah.
Potentially get hurt.
Right.
For what? And Drew Aller, I'm sorry. I know that he loves Drew Aller like they're boys, but Drew Aller's just a bitch.
I will say this is NIL probably changed things a little bit too, because it's like I'm still gonna make a shit ton of money.
Yeah. I don't know how much money he made, but yeah, no, you're right. NIL makes a big difference. Huge difference nowadays in college. So, all right, so we're going to close the door on the running back room, and we are going to head into the Divas.
Favorite one, right?
The wide receiver room. And I like this top three right here that we have.
Yeah,
let's dive in.
I think that's the three that you knew we were going to cover here. So we're going to start staying in Tennessee here.
Staying in Tennessee.
Carnell Tate. Couldn't be happier with the pick, honestly. He's the sexy pick. Yes, we could have taken an offensive lineman. Yes, we could have taken an edge rusher. Would I have been happy? Yes. I would have said they're doing the right thing. But
you got your A.J. Brown.
Got my A.J. Brown.
6'2", 192. He can probably put some weight on him, so at least get up to the 200s.
Yes. Definitely needs to get, over time these boys get bigger. But he's the full package, right? He's the full package. He's another Ohio State receiver that they just pump out like a factory. So we didn't go, fancy and try this guy from TCU, we went after a real one at number 4 and someone that we know is going to be probably, I'd say, the receiver one from day one. I think he has that type of talent. Sure. So I'm excited. We haven't had a receiver talent like this since AJ. And I think that for Cam Ward's perspective, he has to be a happy camper of how this turned out.
I agree. I don't know why people were like coming at him about his 40 time, because 40 times that's a 4.5. Like 4.52, 4.53. Like I don't
hold so much stock into that.
Like, do you really want
John Ross,
every single wide receiver to go ahead and be a 4.4 or 4.3?
Right.
Like, no, it's not gonna happen that way. I do like Carnell Tate. I think like he is going to make a big difference. We were talking about the wide receiver room that you guys have now. Carnell Tate, Calvin Ridley, and then you have Wan'Dale Robinson.
Yep.
And having Carnell and Calvin be on the outside, and you have Wan'Dale as a slot, I think like this is actually going to be the first time where it's going to be exciting to see like what Cam Ward can go ahead and do with some weapons with him. He has some running backs now that he can go ahead and lean on as well. I do think, like we talked about this off camera, that I do think like you guys need to go after Njoku. Like David Njoku should be in a Tennessee Titan uniform like tomorrow.
I agree.
You guys were trying to go after Dallas. Dallas, re-signed with Philly. I think this is where you guys should be putting your focus on Njoku. I don't know if it's because of Njoku's like if he's asking for too much money, but you guys have the money.
We have the money. I'm like, like we were saying, even if it's a 1-year deal, like you don't want to commit to him long term or whatever, just do it. Just give Cam another weapon, and he's a proven tight end. In our tight end position, we have Gunnar Helm right now, who I am excited about. I think that he could be good, but why not bring in another weapon? If you have
Njoku's 29 years old.
I mean, I
know he's had some injuries. I know that.
He's had some injuries, but when he's in there and healthy, he's as good as any tight end.
I agree. I agree. There's rumors seeing here from Yahoo and also from Sports Illustrated that the Panthers, I guess, are looking in. Oh, TWSN. I don't know who this is, but prediction: Tennessee Titans sign Njoku. This was a day ago. I guess they must be in our heads.
Oh my God. It'd be nice if there was some validity to
I
it.
know if there was anything there. Yeah, I just think like Tennessee should go after a tight end to go ahead and bolster up that offense. Having that the wide receivers there, I think that immediately goes ahead and helps you guys out.
Yeah.
Like I said, you guys get a little bit more exciting. Your defense is still pretty solid, so there's nothing wrong there. I just think that you just needed a little bit more production on that offensive side. It was just you can't have your defense out there the whole entire time. Essentially, once you do that, guys get tired. They start, losing games easily just because you start having the top being, blown off because
You are preaching to the choir here. It was tough watches. Tough watches.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. And you must be excited for the next guy.
Yes.
Makai Lemon, take it away.
I am so excited. I was shocked that Howie decided to do a deal with the devil again. But in this aspect, doing a deal with the devil the first time gave us Devontae Smith. I think Howie knows what he's doing here.
Yeah.
Makai Lemon. So I love Makai Lemon. I think like what the his comparison was Amon-Ra St. Brown. And that's what he very much so reminds me of an Amon-Ra St. Brown. Doesn't have too much of a height on him. He's only 5'11", but I think the fact that he's like, I'm trying to see what his weight is.
192.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he's about like 190, 192. So 192, 5'11". He has some weight on him. So he's one that he is a tough nose wide receiver. Like he will go ahead and run in the middle. He doesn't care about that. There were plays that I was like watching of him, like on his highlight tape on YouTube, and there were plays that you would see him when he's cutting into the middle. In the minute that he cuts, the defender is a solid like 5 to 6 yards behind him. That separation is going to make a difference.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be exciting to see what Makai can go ahead and do with Philly. I love the pick. I think personally, I think he should be a starter in a slot like day one. There is no doubt. We were talking about this again off camera about the receivers and with the Eagles. I think AJ is staying. And it can be frustrating, because of the fact that he gets, I don't know, just way too. I think he gets in his own way, essentially.
Yeah.
When he starts complaining for the ball, he starts doing all of that shit. That's when I feel like he gets in his own way, and then people start jumping off of the bandwagon of rooting for him. So what I'm hoping is that if he stays, is that he actually produces with the team, and that he does not become selfish. Like Sean Mannion, I think is going to be able to design some good plays for them. Sean Mannion right now, I mean, if the NFL season were to start tomorrow, I think Sean Mannion would be the one offense coordinator in the whole entire NFL loving his job.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me you have A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Makai Lemon, Hollywood Brown, Dontavian Wicks, Darius Cooper still. Darius Cooper is not no slouch. Darius Cooper would very well be a receiver in any other team. So I'm excited to see what happens this season. Very, very excited. And Makai Lemon, welcome to Philly, my guy. Welcome to Philly.
Well, regardless if you're keeping AJ or not, this is a super useful pick, right?
And that's what I should have said too. If they do trade AJ, I'm fine with it.
Right.
I'm at this point where I'm like let's get over it, right? I cannot wait to wake up on June 2nd and to hear AJ Brown is staying in Philly. I'm gonna be like, thank God. Can we just now move on and everybody shut up? Or AJ Brown is traded. And I'm like, thank God. Now, can't we just move on? Like, it's going to be the same reaction.
Either way, we're thanking
I'm
God.
over it. I'm over it. I'm over the drama. I just want some, like, this is why people love Devontae. Devontae doesn't care for none of that stuff.
No.
Like, and he
Thank
knows
God.
that he's going to more than likely be the number one receiver this year. He's going to probably get more tick out of anybody else because of the fact that Sean Mannion is going to design more to him than anybody else.
Absolutely.
So, dude, I'm over the moon right now with this team.
And you
It's
should
be.
Be.
It's a great team.
You should be. Like we were saying, he should be starting day one.
Yeah.
Again, without AJ, with AJ, he fits the team, right? Yep. He's not another outside receiver. It's gonna, cause some diva issues or anything like that. So, kudos on you guys. And during the time you guys were playing the Flyers were playing the Penguins, and I thought it was just hilarious how they just skirted right in there in front of Pittsburgh, and it was just another little...
Well, that's where a lot of people were like, that's just another way Philly is just trying to...
Yeah.
They're trying to go ahead and piss off the Pittsburgh fans. Trust me, those Pittsburgh fans, I feel like they were more pissed off with Dallas, though, than they were with Philly because of the fact that they have this rivalry with Dallas on who can have the most Super Bowls in the NFL. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Pittsburgh has one more than Dallas.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that was Dallas's way of saying, fuck you guys.
That's hilarious. And then our last guy, Jordan Tyson. He was very shocked of that he went to the New Orleans Saints, but I'm happy that he went there. Damn it! Well, it was a great spot. They needed to take a receiver there, right? And the fact that they were able to get Tyson, I think, is a huge win for obviously Tyler Shuck.
Yeah. They have themselves a freaking team down there.
They made some.
You got Travis Etienne in your backfield.
Alvin Kamara still.
You got Alvin Kamara still, yeah.
Olave, and now Tyson.
Yep.
And I like what they're doing, right? The jury's still out on Shuck.
I agree. I think Kellen Moore knows what he's doing now, and that's where it's like, I'm curious if Kellen sees like something that he likes in Shuck, and that's why he's like keeping him around. And they're not like going, because they haven't gone after anybody.
No, they're committed to it.
Yeah.
They're committed to it.
It seems like I just feel like this is where there were rumors that as soon as the NFL season was going to end, that they were going to try to go after the backup quarterback with the Eagles. Oh my gosh, Tanner McKee.
Oh,
blanking on his name for some reason. I don't know why. They were thinking that a lot of people were thinking that the New Orleans Saints were going to go after Tanner McKee because of the fact that he worked under Kellen as well and had some success under there. But no, I mean, Tyler Shuck, he's going to have himself a hell of a offense to go ahead and play with now.
Yeah, and it went from nothing to something here
overnight,
really quick here.
Yeah.
So
how many games do you think that they win next year?
All right, let's see it. Bucks, Panthers, Falcons. Oof. I'll say 8 and 9.
You think that they are winning the division or no?
No.
Because that division, they always, for some reason, end up in 8 and 9. And then it's like, oh, you're in first place.
No, I don't think that. I think probably I'm going to... I need to look into it more, but I'm going to think that the Panthers will be able to continue their success.
They should, yeah. And they've been able to sign some people, so yeah, you're right. I give you that one.
But they might teeter.
Yeah.
But
Tampa.
Exactly.
No, yeah.
Foul, like all of them. It's like even Steven.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, Falcons, I think, are just the one. They're the laughing stock of that division right now.
They got Captain CTE at quarterback.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell they're thinking over there in Atlanta. Atlanta has now, if you have followed us since day one, you will know 2 seasons ago, I hate Atlanta. I can't stand Atlanta. Like the Falcons, I think wipe them off the freaking NFL. Replace them because they're annoying. Owner's annoying. He doesn't know what he's doing anymore. Freaking GM's annoying. Their whole team is annoying. Like they don't know. They get all excited with all these new uniforms and they're bringing all this hype. Oh, y'all got Kirk Cousins. Y'all ain't doing shit. Y'all ain't doing shit. And I'm getting back to that same point. Y'all are a laughing stock of the NFL. So that's my rant.
Well, this will be the third season that they're going to go into the season with a new starting quarterback.
Yeah.
So
we'll see what happens.
Interesting what happens.
It's going to be like another Cleveland Browns down there. And Cleveland's on the up. Which is crazy.
Well, all I know about the Falcons that I could say is they're going to be playing Jordan Tyson twice a year here. And
good luck.
We'll see what happens.
Good luck.
But great move. Great land spot for Kellen Moore and the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah. They don't want to take that away from Jordan, with reviewing your landing spot in New Orleans. Yeah. We love it. That was another player that I was like hoping the Sixers, the Eagles, that they would have gone after, but obviously he was going to be it was either him or Carnell that was going to go first off the board.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
All right. As we leave the wide receiver room, we are going into the tight ends.
Tight ends.
The big boys.
Only a few.
Well, medium boys.
Yeah.
Say. Big boys are the offensive linemen.
Big boys are us. Yeah.
Defensive linemen.
Kenyon Sadiq.
Yeah.
New York Jets.
Best tight end coming out of the draft, they say.
That's what they say.
I hate the landing spot, personally. This is another team that I also hate. For all you people. Can't stand the Jets.
I think that in some ways it makes sense. They need receiving help very badly. He's not going to fix it at all, though, because they still don't have an actual receiver besides Garrett Wilson.
Who's their quarterback?
Geno Smith.
They didn't write back. I didn't write back to him.
Yep.
Or I didn't answer. I don't know what he said. I like Kenyon Sadiq. I hate the landing spot.
I don't know what he said.
I don't know what he said. They didn't write back. I don't freaking know. I'm not going to go.
They wrote me off. I didn't write back.
There you go. Well, seems like they wrote you back now. Because you back with them.
Yep.
No. Kenyon Sadiq, I love his like just the game that he plays. I love. That was another one that I don't know how. First off, timeout. I don't know how he was on the Eagles list. I'm like, if you guys think that you're gonna go ahead and like be able to trade with someone or even have him fall to you guys at 23, that's crazy. So I kind of like just removed all hope of us getting Kenyon Sadiq.
Yeah.
The Jets landing spot, I don't like it just because of the fact that like I don't like when a team that doesn't know how to build properly, like have a foundation and all that stuff and build properly. I don't like it when they go ahead and they draft these guys and then it almost seems as if they're running their careers down the drain. For example, Garrett Wilson.
Right.
Garrett Wilson deserves to be somewhere else. Shit, we were just talking about this. The Rams, if they were smart, I would have traded that first round pick to the Jets for Garrett Wilson.
Man, I don't hate it.
Like, he's young.
He's a really good receiver.
Really, really good receiver. And if you don't think that he's going to go ahead and produce with freaking Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, and Matt Stafford, that would. You see, there's these things that I just think about, guys. It just comes to my head randomly, like this shit. That's a great freaking landing spot. The hell, Jets? See, y'all could have just called me up. I would have helped y'all out get another first round pick.
If only they had your number. They wrote it off.
I didn't write back.
Kenyon Sadiq, I'll say this. I agree with you in that it sucks because he's not going to win any football games because they're still not good. I'm hopeful for him from a fantasy perspective, but with Geno Smith at the helm, I don't love it. Don't love it. Jets, if I'm a Jet, I guess I'm excited, having a tight end like that, but I'll tell you what, they got a lot more work to do.
Yeah. But I do like his style of play. So
Great ability.
I'm excited to see what he's able to do in the NFL. Even if he does his first 4 years with the Jets, it's almost like you're doing your 4 years in the NFL, in the military. You gotta.
Oh my god. Yeah.
He's doing his first 4 years in the military, and then he's gonna go in and get blessed, and he'll go somewhere else.
Then you're free.
And you're free.
You can do what you want.
No, seriously though, I think he's going to do well, and I'm excited to see what he does in the NFL. Definitely going to be looking for him in fantasy as well, because I do think that he will be a fantasy target. Geno loves his tight end, so
that is very true.
That will be a good little landing spot for him. Next one on the list.
Oh,
I love this one.
I'm sure you do. Take it away.
Eli Stowers, former quarterback. Which I love it when a former quarterback changes into like a receiver or just another like either receiver or tight end or whatever it may be, because it just he knows what the quarterback is looking for, right? So knowing what Sean Mannion wants to go ahead and do with a 2 tight end offense, this is honestly going to be an amazing addition because Eli Stowers is going to be able to learn under Dallas Goedert, but also being able to go ahead and carve out a path for himself, right? He has to be his own player, right?
Yep.
So I do think he's going to start under Goddard. Like I think that when you're going to see these 2 tight end lineups, you're going to see Eli Stowers and Dallas Goedert out there. Because Grant Calcaterra can't block for shit. So
no, he can't.
I think
it's pretty one-dimensional.
Yeah, I think when it comes to Eli Stowers, I think he can go ahead and handle his own. But Eli though. One hell of a tight end. He was I think it was the second best rated tight end in the draft.
Yep.
Big boy, 6'3", 239. I mean, he was coached under Jordan Matthews. Jordan Matthews, was already talking about how Philly is going to love him and whatnot. So, I love it. I also like the fact that we're able to go ahead and plan now for the future. I love Dallas Goedert. Huge fan of Dallas Goedert. I think Dallas Goedert, he has cemented himself as, in my opinion, top 3 best tight ends in Eagles history. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Not. Yeah, I wasn't going to say in NFL history.
I was going to be like, whoa.
No, Eagles history.
Yes.
In Eagles history.
Yes.
I think he's top 3 best tight end there. But I'm kind of like I'm fine with now us getting rid of him after this year and Eli Stowers moving into that number 1 spot.
Would you rather have saved the money and just drafted Eli and have him as a starter?
No, because of the fact that we still would need. I think we still would have needed a veteran there. Because you need somebody that Jalen could go ahead and rely on.
Yeah.
And Jalen relies a lot on Dallas Goedert. So
he does.
I think because if it wasn't Dallas, it was going to be David Njoku that was going to get signed to the Eagles. That was always the rumor.
So I guess one way or another, it wouldn't have just led to.
Yeah, it would have been one or the other.
Okay. I like the move for all the reasons you said. The future, you have it. Dallas is injured a game. You got it. Just, again, we were talking about that receiving room. I mean, obviously, we left out the tight ends, and when you include that, wow, right? So he's not like that traditional inline tight end. He's a unique tight end. You guys are going to be able to throw him all over the field. You're going to be able to run 2 tight end sets.
Yep.
I think that the move it's a way to kind of elevate the offense more, right? And then this must be some of Mannion's doing and what he wants to be, have going on. So
yeah.
No, I think the Eagles did the right thing here in the draft. Yeah.
Sure. Howie's just doing Howie things, man. That's what I love. That's what I love. Next one on the list, this guy, I hated him when in college. Max Clare. Big motherfucker.
Yes, he is.
6'5", 243. Very good tight end for Ohio State. I think he goes to the Rams and he provides them with some type of some help. They're not really known with their tight ends over there. Like meaning like there's not there's teams where all right, they're gonna utilize their tight end. They're ones that they typically will utilize their receivers. They're always gonna be using Puka, Devontae, uh, so it's I'm curious to see how Max does over there. But I like the landing spot. I think once again they're building for that future. Um, their current is not Higbee.
So right now they currently have a trio of guys they use in Higbee, Ferguson, and Parkinson.
Yep.
And Stafford does like his tight ends. It's just basically like he doesn't have one. So my assessment is that they're trying to get a one.
Right.
They're trying to have above average tight end here and he, you know what, he's a pass catching tight end first, right? He's not the type that is going to be out there. Well, I shouldn't say he's not going to be blocking because he's playing for Sean McVay. He's going to fucking block, but you get what I'm saying. So we were saying, what's that other receiving piece? Like I think in their eyes, this was it. You know what I mean? He has great ability, great pass catching, route running ability. So. I think he went to an annoying team for you in an NFC, and how they're utilized. And I think Stafford was licking his chops when he saw that happen.
Yeah. I'm just like, okay. But at the same time, I'm not going to be worried about it because, hey, I look at, once again, I look at the Rams when I'm like, y'all should have drafted Kyler. Y'all let him.
Yeah.
Y'all gifted him in a box to us, so. And I also feel like receivers like that they take that as disrespect, and that fires them up.
Makai Lemon, Max Clare, I agree.
Makai Lemon, Ty Simpson. Oh, yeah. All right.
We'll have to look back on this 2 years from now.
Yeah.
And we'll have to see what's going on with Ty Simpson.
All right, let's leave the tight end room and let's go and talk to the defensive players.
Yeah.
So where do we want to start here? Because I have my eyes on one right now.
You go for your one.
Let's go to Sonny Styles.
Yep.
God damn it, I did not want to have him go to Washington. He's like a Bobby Wagner 2.0.
He is.
Sonny Styles is going to be I huge fan of Sonny Styles when he was in college. And it's kind of crazy how Ohio State just produced so many NFL players in the top 10. It's
unbelievable.
It's
factory.
Insane. Yeah. So Sonny Styles is a very, very smart linebacker. I think that he literally fills in that role that Bobby Wagner had over there. He's probably going to be the green dot guy that's going to be calling the plays and communicating to everybody. He is, I think, going to be that. I hate it. It's going to be that frustrating piece that we're going to have to see now. Because I don't think that he's going to be one that is going to be walked all over. He's going to be able to produce first day.
Oh, I agree.
And so it's going to be a fun rivalry, obviously, between the Eagles and the Commanders this year. And that defense of just how they're going to, play against our offensive line. And this is where I think having Sean Mannion and the fast receivers, it's going to be hard for any type of linebackers to go ahead and try to keep up with. So, no, it's going to be good. But damn it, did not want to see him go there.
Well, I laughed when it happened because it's just a typical thing to happen in that division here, for you guys, in my opinion. I kind of view the
Washington
same thing.
Is known to draft linebackers early.
They are. and they still have Dan Quinn over there, who's defense first. So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think he got his guy that he wants here, and you know, I I don't really have a doubt that he'll produce. You know, in NFL, I think, like you said, he's going to be a day one green dotter. So, um, yeah, kudos to them on getting probably a good one here and give you guys health for the next 5 to 10 years.
Yep. Who you got for our second one?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with one of my favorites here, Ruben Bain. Ruben Bain was someone that, for a while, was linked to the Titans for a while. As I think, one of the best edge rushers in this draft here. And him going to Tampa Bay just seems so fitting, right? A team like that, which is a very good team already, and getting a piece that I believe will be an immediate impact. And over the years, they've been known for that interior, getting to the quarterback ability. And I just think it fits the mold. It fits the culture there, and he's a hell of a player. And it's gonna be, I think, a matchmaking heaven, and someone I would have been okay with if we had taken him even at 4, but. Tampa Bay got a good one, and that's something they needed to kind of address here, especially with losing Levante David here to retirement.
I literally was just about to ask. Do they still have Levante? But I forgot that he retired. So with Tampa Bay, because they also have Josiah Trotter, which he is, in my opinion, I think he's the better Trotter brother.
Okay.
So they have themselves a solid defense over there.
Yeah.
Like these young guys that are going to be able to produce. Yeah, Ruben Bain, 6'2", 262. Boy's big.
Yep.
He's huge.
He's a freak.
Yeah. So, in going down to Tampa Bay, I mean, stays in Florida.
Yeah.
And he gets to he just goes ahead and gets to produce. And I think like going there with who's the coach? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on his name.
Bowles.
Yeah, Todd Bowles. Being a defensive minded coach, they drafted mainly defense. I mean, they did draft they were like focusing on rebolstering that defense and whatnot. So it's gonna be exciting to see what he does down there.
Yeah.
But I was happy for him.
I was too. I think he thought he was going to get picked a little higher. But I think ultimately it's about the landing spot, and I think that that was one of the best possible spots he could have landed.
Yeah.
All right, so for the last one here, I think I'm going to give the Jets a little love again on David Bailey just because of how high they drafted him. So am I surprised? No. Aaron Glenn being a defensive-minded coach, going to take a defensive player was in the cards here. It was a matter of which one, right? There was a couple of guys that they didn't really know. I remember the announcers on the draft were like, well, this is where it gets interesting because we don't know who's coming here. And they went with David Bailey here. And David Bailey is just another edge rusher, right? He was probably the number 2 on my list, number 2 to 3 behind Bain here. So this class here was a really good edge rushing class here. Yeah. So it was kind of like pick your poison, right? And the Jets, they had just the first pick of the pile, and they went with David Bailey. So my only thing with this is I think it's tough because they had one of, believe it or not, with a defensive-minded coach, they had arguably the worst defense in the league. They didn't have an interception all season.
Yep.
But I can't help but think that you just needed to go offense there again. I know they went with it with Sadiq, but I don't know. I think I would have taken a receiver there.
Well, and that's where
Unfortunately,
I think that's where Aaron Glenn's gonna see that his focus of being defensive minded is going to bite him in the ass because he hasn't built up that offense at all over there.
No.
All he continues to do is just build up the defense. I mean, they got Demario Davis over there. So David Bailey can go ahead and pair up with him and learn under him as well. Yeah, Kobe King. So they got some players over there. Very curious to see though, like how they do, just because of, like, to your point. Yeah, that they have like a pretty solid draft. Yes,
Yeah.
like their draft wasn't bad,
Yeah.
but they're more defensive minded than their off or they're more defensive focused than their all offense. So, and hey, maybe they go ahead and they get their pick next year, right? But outside of that, are you going to be able to do anything? Like, are you going to be able to win any game? So,
And that's why I think these picks
I
aren't
don't know.
translatable, right?
We'll see, man.
I know you need to build up. They need to build up both sides.
Yeah.
They have nothing. They really don't. But that's just me. I just couldn't help but have wanted them to go in a different way. But
Hmm.
let's not take it away from David Bailey, one of the best edge rushers
Right.
in the draft here, hands down. He had 13 and a half sacks last season.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is a wrap up on the draft. Let us know what your thoughts are on everything that we had just talked about with the draft. But now we are going to dive into our team corners. So
Yep.
we're going to dive in first into the Birds. So we talked about them already with Makai Lemon and Eli Stowers, but they also were able to draft Markel Bell, big boy offensive tackle from Miami, 6'9", 6'9".
My God, you
Yeah.
guys love those Giants.
He's huge. So curious to see what happened. I did not like one of the highlight videos. It was not that great of a video. He literally just got ran through. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, this is not going to be that great, but we'll see. We'll see. Outside of that, though, traded for Jonathan Grenard. This was one that I've been hearing rumors about since probably like beginning of March.
Yeah.
There was talks that the Eagles were in talks with the Vikings about a trade, and already that Howie was in contact with Jonathan Grenard's agent, and had already supposedly had the contract already like agreed upon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was like a lot of, I would say it could be tampering.
Oh, Howie and tampering.
Howie tampering?
I've never heard of that one before.
But I don't know. I think like it's probably going to be like nothing. But it was a little odd when you saw him at the Sixers game, and while he's at the Sixers game, they announced that he's traded to the Eagles.
Probably had an inclination.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Sixers didn't win that game, but
But our new guy was in the building.
yeah, our guy was in the building. So now I think with the Birds, so the draft, I think it went really really well in my opinion. I think that they have this Wisniewski kid. He's a safety. I think he's going to be able to play some good time, especially in special teams, being able to go ahead and make a difference there. And then we just continue to draft from Georgia. I think we got a guard from Georgia. So we got some. Howie was able to go ahead and get some offensive lineman help. Since we have a few guys that are potentially going to be hanging it up after the season.
Yeah.
With Lane Johnson and Landon Dickerson. So I think that moving forward, what he's doing is trying to prepare for the future. I do think that we're going to have our work cut out for us, though. The NFC East is a lot stronger. The Giants they look pretty strong over there. Dallas is, unfortunately, they had a really good draft, and that's going to be a team that we're going to have to watch out for as well. Washington, I feel like it's the one team that they're going to still have like their kinks they're going to have to get over, especially with what's his name having to come back from injury. So Jaden Daniels coming back from injury. We're going to see how that fares out for them. But I do think the Eagles compete for that number one spot still in the NFC East. Hopefully we can take it home for a third year in a row, and then we'll see. But draft-wise, very, very happy, very excited for Makai Lemon. I will also throw this out there, off topic of football. Makai Lemon thought that he was going to go ahead and offer Devontae Smith some money to get the number 6. buddy, that wasn't gonna happen. No. Devontae would have been like, yeah, give me your 4-year contract then, and I'll give you my number 6 and interest.
Number 6, huh? Fighting over that number. Interesting.
But for these guys,
It means something.
it means something.
It means something.
So let's talk about what were you gonna say?
I would say Mekhi Lemon, Eli Stowers, Jalen Hurts must be pretty happy.
I mean, I would hope so. Listen, man, he
You better be. No.
has no. I mean, let's also not like put the cart before the horse right now. We also got to see how Sean Mannion designs his offense. Like, he technically wasn't an offense. This is the first time he's being an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
So we will see. I'm not trying to say we're gonna fall into the same, shit over the last few years with KP and
Positive vibes.
Ben Johnson or Brian Johnson a few years ago before that. But I have good hopes with Sean Mannion, and I'm hoping that he can go ahead and design a good offense. And from there, I think Jalen should be happy. I mean, you shouldn't be you shouldn't have any excuses on not being able to produce right now with this team how it is.
There's no more excuses.
Yeah.
There's no more. No, I would say overall, great job for you guys. That draft and that trade's we talked about it's money. It's a money trade. So giving Fangio another weapon there is something that you can't be mad about.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so let's talk about my Titans a little bit. So we touched on Carnell Tate. Very excited about him. Same with Nicholas Singleton. So 2 spots on the offensive side here to help Cam Ward. But let's talk about the other side of the football here. And we got Keldrick Falk, edge/defensive end. What I like about him is he's a long-armed, 6'6", 285, a lot of size. He's a solid type of guy. Had 62 run stops last year.
You said 6'6", 285?
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes. He is a monster. Sets the edge real nicely. Getting to the quarterback, I think that's the biggest thing he's got to work on kind of coming in here. But he's an insane prospect. We got him at a discount, honestly, from where he was drafted. So very excited about him on the defensive end. He's going to probably be a day 1 starter. And then Anthony Hill, linebacker from Texas. Our linebacking position has been one of the weaker ones over the last few years here. So next to Cedric White and Cody Barton now, I'm kind of excited. Again, I think he could be a day 1 impact type player. Anthony Galati was saying that he was a good player, and he watched a ton of Texas football. So I'm excited. I think that we did good stuff in this draft. The only thing that we didn't address early enough was offensive line. We did eventually draft 1 or 2 guys, but we've talked about it. They're going in with some journeymen and,
Tyler Decker's still out there.
That's my hope. My hope is when time keeps going by with this cap room, they're just waiting to kind of just get all right, that guy. You know what I mean? Because some of these guys are just waiting to get past some of this bullshit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? All these older guys. So I'm happy with the free agency and the draft that we've had. I think that the Titans have definitely plugged some of the weaker spots up, cleaned up, got Cam Ward some weapons here. Daboll and Saleh, weren't afraid to get their hands dirty. So now it's time to put it on the football field and see what we can do.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm liking what you guys have right now for at least the foundation and the blueprint what you guys are trying to go ahead and do. And to your point, I think you guys need some offensive line help, and then from there, I think everything will.
Yeah, it's an upward trajectory.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Appreciate you guys all joining us for this episode. And without further ado, Cheers, buddy.
Stay out of trouble, kids.